Okay, on the 11th of February, I decided to go ahead and drive up to San Antonio. Was just going to go up here for a day. It's really slow on the island. Uber and Lyft is very slow. I thought I had the camera recording, but I got a little ways before I realized it wasn't recording. So I engaged it here. This is just a condensed 10-minute version of the hour drive, or 45 minutes, I think this was. The full video of my discussions and what I'm talking about is linked at the end. But just wanted to give you a couple little heads up here. This is on the latest full self-driving software that is available for My Hardware 3. It's currently version 12.6.3. On this particular day, I drove quite a bit, all the way from the island to San Antonio, and done some driving around the island. I've had almost zero interventions on this drive. Coming up here, this is the border checkpoint. This is something that I kind of had to disengage at the end because of the dog was a little bit too close to the car, so it wasn't sure what to do. But it'd be nice to be able to have something like this full self-driving, understand when we're ready to go or not, instead of having to disengage. Maybe something as simple as monitoring the window. As long as the window's down, that means we're talking to the person, but once we tell the window to go up, we're done, we can continue going. But as I was saying, here on the 11th, I drove a total of 411 miles. 410 miles of that was on full self-driving. On this software with zero interventions. It handled it beautifully. And the only issues I had for the entire trip, for that entire day, was at superchargers. Why does it not know where the superchargers are in the parking lots? You know, you would figure they would know at least that. So many times it gets to a parking lot and it just goes to the wrong side of the parking lot or doesn't know. I have also noticed when passing a semi-truck, it would appear like it is waiting for the semi-truck to change lanes. But it hesitates behind the truck. But I'm noticing more and more as I've been driving. I've done over 1,000 miles on this software version already. When it's passing a semi-truck, it waits until the car in front of me has cleared the semi-truck enough that it can pass the semi-truck and get over. So it won't hang out next to the semi-truck. Which I personally like. I've had tires explode on a semi-truck and hit my Tahoe and my Tesla back in 2020. It does happen. And, sometimes they might not see me next to them. I like to get around them as quick as possible. I don't like to hang out behind them or beside them because of the amount of rocks that get thrown from them and other debris. But like I was saying, I was going to leave the audio in here as it was accelerated, but it just sounded weird. So I am just redoing that, doing a voiceover for this. The actual video itself is quite long and uncut. If you want to watch that, there is a link to that at the end. It is a good, I think 46 minutes for this drive. And I broke it up into 4 different videos. The other sections that I have that are going to be accelerated, I'm just going to put background music in them and leave it at that. I'm not going to do a voiceover for those. I'm just going to do this for the first part. Part number 4 had a lot of driving in San Antonio, which was really impressive how it handled the heavy traffic. It does take quite a long time for me to do these videos. It's a real, I don't have that good of hardware to crank out videos quickly. I'm limited to what I'm doing. The YouTube channel doesn't make much money at all. I make maybe 70, 80 cents a day, if that. So this is like no real income for me doing these YouTube videos. And it takes so much time for me to get the video done and upload it while I'm trying to drive. I am doing Uber and Lyft for a living right now instead of doing my IT work. So it has been very slow trying to, get money coming in. Uber and Lyft are taking over 65%, so it's very difficult. I'm up here in San Antonio right now. I did not bring a jacket. It's kind of cold. I'm actually at a supercharger right now. Had a couple of rides this morning. It's Friday now, the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. I am driving someone to Houston tomorrow, and then I'm heading back to the island. It's really solid. This full self-driving is really solid. I do see instances where people will, disengage because they think something is going to happen. It's hard to tell exactly what the car will do. Some people may be a little uncomfortable with it, and they wind up disengaging, thinking it's going to do something. For instance, at stoplights, I do see it pulling up before or starting to go forward before the light turns green while it's still red, as if it's anticipating it to go green. It really hasn't ran a light itself. It feels like it's going to. A lot of times I wind up, hitting the brake, and it turns out right when I hit the brake, the light turns green. Only one time did it really feel like it was running the light, but it was also where they recently repaved this the pavement. They haven't put the stop line for the light, so I'm assuming it was kind of feeling like it might have gone too far, so it had to go ahead and commit. I am not sure of that, since we don't know what the car is actually thinking. But otherwise, it's been very solid and safe. And like I said, part 4, if you watch that, the way it handles San Antonio traffic, it's very smooth and no issues. And even today, I wish I was recording all these drives I've been doing all over San Antonio and all these different uncommon areas that people drive in. I do find the navigation cannot figure out where to go at the San Antonio airport. That's the only issue I ran into. The departures or what, it doesn't know. But at this point in the video here, we're coming up to where I wind up getting a Lyft ride on the way at a Walmart. It's amazing how I spent 4 to 5 hours driving from South Padre Island to San Antonio, and on that entire trip only had one ride. I went through Brownsville, went through Harlingen, and just kept going, and just one ride. We should have a little place where we can specify that we want to stop at the door on the right side of the car, so it'll loop around the right way for picking up passengers and stuff. Otherwise, that's why I have to take over sometimes, because approaching the Walmart this way is just not good. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day, and I hope y'all enjoy some of my videos. That's all for now.